Hello Monster Jam fans and welcome to another commentary video here today. We were at MetLife Stadium 2018 Monster Jam. It is a rainy, muddy mess here in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and we are getting ready for a show that has been awaited for a very, very long time. Video credit goes to me. You haven't seen a commentary in 2 weeks, so I'm sure a lot of you are very happy, and I know I am, to see the commentaries back. I'm stoked to be back. Last week, my allergies were bothering me. I didn't want to put out a video that I wasn't going to be happy with, and I'm glad to be back, and I'm so excited to be bringing back Monster Jam action to all of you who are out there watching this video. We got a good lineup here today in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and it is kicking off with Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, Tom Menton, Max D, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, Brianna Mahan and Whiplash, Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, Cody Saucier in Monster Energy, Scott Buto in the Team Hot Wheels Firestorm, Lindsey Wink in the Lucas Oil Crusader, Lee O'Donnell in the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist, Colt Stevens in Zombie, Brad Allen and Brutus, Corey Rummel and Rage, Jamie Garner and Overboard, and Colin Ard in the Black Pearl. We are getting ready for a great show here at MetLife Stadium 2018, and let's get ready to rumble. Now it's time for Monster Jam Round 1 racing. This first race is between Lee O'Donnell in Mad Scientist going against Jamie Garner and Overboard.
Here we go.
Very muddy track, going to provide for a lot of interesting moments here in racing tonight. Lee O'Donnell going very wide in the final turn. It's going to come down to this final jump, and it's close, but it's Lee O'Donnell pulling out the win. Now we have Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. He's going up against Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Cole Bernard, the former crew chief of Adam Anderson. They're getting a race head-to-head here in MetLife Stadium. Adam with a brilliant turn, and he is going to blow away the victory. A great race. Cole Bernard coming in the lost column. Now the next race of round 1. It is going to be Tom Mentz and Max D in the far lane and Cody Saucier and Monster Energy in the near lane. MetLife Stadium getting ready for another great race. Saucier with a solid turn going a little wide. Bence has been in the mud before, so he should know what he's doing, but Saucier with a slight edge. Cody missed the ramp, so he's going to get a penalty. Tom Menton Max D is the winner of the race. Sure, we'll be seeing a lot of those here today. Now it's Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger and Corey Rummel in rage. Son of a Digger, Ryan Anderson, the reigning freestyle champion, coming into the night. Rummel struggling right now. Ryan Anderson hits the car. It's going to be close, but Corey Rummel in rage is your winner. Now I decided to make the video zoom out just a little bit more so you could see everything. I kind of wish I didn't do that, but it's okay. The next race we have Lindsey Wake in the Lucas Oil Crusader. He is going up against Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. And Wink spins out in the turn, and it's going to be Bryce Kenny pulling off the victory.
Nice.
Now our final race of round number 1, we have Colt Stevens and Zombie and Scott Buto in the Team Hot Wheels Firestorm. And Colt Stevens plows into the turning car, and Scott Buto is going to be the winner of the race here in round number 1, the end of round number 1. Let's move on to the second round of racing. To start off round 2, we have Brad Allen and Brutus and Lee O'Donnell in the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist. And it's going to be Brutus barely edging out a win over Mad Scientist here in round number 2. Now pulling up the line, we have 2 legendary racers and drivers, Tom Menton, Max D, and Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Adam's been making great turns all night so far. Seems like Adam's really nailed down this muddy track. He's going to be the winner of the race here, heading on to the semi-final round. It's very hard to keep my lens clean the entire video, which is why this video is kind of blurry. We have Brianna Mahan and Whiplash. She is taking on Corey Rummel in rage. Mahan with a slight edge. Going into the final jump, Brianna Mahan coming out with a very big win for her. She's moving on to the semi-final round. Now it is Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior and Scott Buto in Team Hot Wheels Firestorm. The final race of the second round. Scott Buto's got an edge right now, slow and steady. He's winning the race, and it seems like Buto's gotten that locked down. He's moving on to the semi-final round of racing.
Oh.
Semi-final round of racing. First race, Adam Anderson and Gravedigger and Brad Allen and Brutus. 3 out of the 4 drivers here in this semifinal round are not people you would tend to see in this semifinal round. And 2 of them are in the next race. Adam Anderson and Allen are neck and neck right now. Anderson hits the turning car. It's a close finish, but Adam Anderson barely knocks off Brad Allen, who seemed to have the mud locked in as well. Now the final race of the semifinal round. 2 racers who have never really been too prominent in the semifinal round. Brianna Mahan and Whiplash, and Scott Buteau in the Team Hot Wheels Firestorm. The winner will take on Anderson in the final round of racing. And Scott Buteau going to the final round of racing at MetLife Stadium. What a big night for Buteau. We are in the final round of racing here at MetLife Stadium 2018 to decide who's going to get the first 14 points of the night and will eventually lead on to getting to try to win that event championship. In the near lane, we have Scott Buteau and Team Hot Wheels Firestorm, whose truck is sideways and burning up. And in the far lane, you have Adam Anderson, the reigning racing champion in Gravedigger, the black and green and brown wrecking machine. Who's going to be the winner of racing? Buteau's transmission is on fire right now. And Anderson has a slight edge heading into the final turn. Going into the final turn, Anderson with a beautiful turn, and Adam Anderson is your racing winner here at MetLife Stadium in 2018 in a very messy night of racing. So, due to the muddy conditions, they decided and opted to not have a 2-wheel competition today, which I don't really agree with. I think they should have tried, because as we've moved in Stafford Springs, sometimes anything can happen in the mud, but we're going to kick off the freestyle competition with Zombie, piloted by Colt Stevens. Try to be a little bit more open-minded when it comes to these freestyles tonight, because there's not going to be many great ones. They've got to do whatever they can to try to put together a solid run. The muddy track. This actually was my first ever muddy show that I went to over my course of 10 years of Monster Jam, so it was definitely interesting, but also very, very disappointing at the same time. Getting some big air over the back end of the step up. Getting some big air. And he's been shut off. That's going to be the end of the run for Colt Stevens. A good run of 6.415. Now the second truck out to try and do something in the freestyle competition is Jamie Garner and Overboard. He's got his foot on the gas pedal to try to start off the run. A lot of these Monster Truck Throwdown drivers are used to muddy conditions, so we'll see how he handles it. Not going to be easy either way. And there's his first hit of his freestyle. Today is actually the day for Glendale's show here in Monster Jam. It's going to be taking place tonight, our first look at the new track. It's going to be very fun. Next weekend you'll get to see the commentary for that, as always. So if there's anyone going to the show and wants to record it, it would be greatly appreciated. And I'll definitely be sure to use it next week. But I doubt anybody who's going to be at that show and can record it will be able to watch the commentary right now. Garner's putting together a solid run, just a guy playing around in the mud. It's like mug bogging. We need Dennis Anderson out here. He would be able to put together a good run. It'll be interesting to see if anybody goes to the backflip. I talked to Scott Buteau in the pit bar, and he said he doesn't care. Oh, we got a donut, a cinnamon apple donut, the first one of the night, and he's throwing it into some cyclones. Jamie Garner with a major donut, a cyclone. What a big move. We've been waiting for one all night. Mud is the best time to throw together a solid donut, and Jamie Garner gives us the first one of the night. But like I was saying, I talked to Buteau in the pit bar, and he told me that if he didn't care, he was just going to go full throttle with the backflip. He doesn't care what happens. So we'll see if he gets to do that in his freestyle run. Jamie Garner's going to fill the clock here in MetLife Stadium. A good run for Overboard with a 7.007. Next up in the Monster Jam freestyle competition, it is Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Not easy to get something going in this freestyle today, but he's definitely going to try. Thank you to all of you who wished me well last weekend when I said that I was not feeling well. Thank you to all of you who gave me your feel better comments. I really appreciated them all, and they all made me smile, and they made me really feel very happy to know that I had some very loyal subscribers who were hoping for me to get better. It really made me feel great. Big air for Mohawk Warrior. Oh, that is going to little bit of a hiccup in his run, but he's still going, and the windshield flap flies off. Most of these drivers try to cut out a hole in their windshield to see. That's what that was. It just flew off the truck because there was a little flap. Cross-threading those jammers. Can't even tell what truck it is if it didn't have the Mohawk on top. The amount of mud that's caked to the side of this truck, it's insane. Big air over the step up, possibly the biggest air of the night to this point. Seems like another driver might be able to fill his time if he just keeps it going. Getting a lot of nice cross threads and a lot of solid moves, trying to knock Jamie Garner out of the hot seat right now. Has enough time for one hit before the light goes red, and that's going to be it. The end of the run for Mohawk Warriors, a 7.071. We have a new leader in the freestyle competition. Now the next truck out is Scott Buteau in the Team Hot Wheels Firestorm, and the Caterpillar was still on the track. Came right out from the back, and he came on. He hit the jump. They had to shut him off. He was unable to refire. Scott Buteau, a sad, quick ending to this night with a 4.153. But now Brianna Mahan and Whiplash coming onto the track after that big disappointment out of Buteau. Brianna Mahan coming out to try to put together a good run. This light blue Whiplash is not going to remain light blue for very long. Nose pick into the triple threat jump. Having solid flow so far in her run, but she's definitely got to do a little bit more, and a solid transition into a slap wheelie. That's got to be her best move of the run so far. She hits the jammer, some nice air. Seems like she broke her rear steer.
Broken.
Broke something on the truck. I think, yeah, her rear steer is going every which way again. Same thing that happened to her in the World Finals. Her rear steer is going every which way. She has no control over it. Oh, wow, a nice nose pick over the step up. 10 seconds left in her run. And I think she might just park it. Yeah, she's going to park it next to Hot Wheels. It's a 7.971. We have a new leader. But now, Brad Allen, the monster truck throwdown and independent driver in Brutus, is going to try to tackle this muddy freestyle course. Gets the step up for his first jump, getting some solid air to begin his run. Seems like its engine's really fighting it here. This truck does not sound right at all. Yeah, this truck does not sound right, but he's still keeping it together. Dogs love rolling around in the mud. Hitting the jammer. Needs to pick up the pace just a little bit. This big bad dog has been around for a long time. Brad Allen, the new driver of it after Chris Bergeron. And I've got to say, he does fit well in this truck. He puts on some good runs. And he's absolutely flooring it to try to put together a solid ending to his run. He's got time for maybe one more hit. And that's going to be the end of the run for Brutus. It's a 5.748, and Whiplash stays the leader. Now Leo Donnell and the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist. The man who's known for his front flip is on the track. Hitting the triple threat jump, nose diving, getting some bigger, and a nice transition into a slap wheelie. That kid's excited. Hits the jammer. something I've noticed over the last years, Lee O'Donnell's truck nosedives very easily. Seems like almost every jump he hits, he just goes into a nosedive if he's getting air, and a nice solid move. So far, better pace, better flow than we've seen from any truck so far tonight. He is really battling this truck and the mud, but another nosedive for the mad scientist. Giving a love tap to Son of a Digger. Saying, come and get it. "33 seconds left in the run." Oh wow, nice combo over the triple threat jump. And he just destroyed the backside of that truck. Look at it. A 9.109, a new leader. And now we have Colbinard in the Black Pearl monster truck. Coming from the deep dark seas, trying to put together a good run. Wish she had the zoomies on, but it's okay. We'll still enjoy Colbinard's incredible freestyle. You can still hear his throttle rhythm even through the collectors, but the engine's popping quite a lot. And don't worry guys, there will be a Colbinard's Throttle Rhythm Part 2 coming sometime in the near future, probably next season. And you can bet that this show will definitely be in it. This engine does not sound right. The mud is getting to all of these trucks. That engine's going to be ready to give out. You can just tell. And there it goes. The engine blows out.
Oh, there goes that.
It's a 5.853, a tough break for Colbinard and the Black Pearl. Now Lindsey Wake and the Lucas Oil Crusader. Lindsey always a great freestyler, and you know he could take the lead away from Lee O'Donnell. So hopefully he can put together a solid run to do so. And he's been shut off. That's going to be the end of the run. It's a 3.996 for Colbinard and the Black Pearl. And now, Corey Rubble in rage. Corey Rummel, always a great driver, always an exciting driver. Coming right out and hitting the crush cars. And there's some mud flying right into the stands, came right at me.
Wow, going fast.
Nice sky wheelie for Corey Rummel. Was the pilot of the Pirates Curse truck, rather captain of the Pirates Curse truck throughout the first quarter of the season. Not easy to get big air here on this track. But he is managing to put together a good run. Oh, he's lining up in big air out of Corey Rommel in rage over the jammer. That was by far the biggest air of the night. Corey Rommel sending it. "41 seconds left in the run. You know that Corey's going to try to get something going." Bumps into Zombie. Lining up for the jammer again. Not easy to get traction on this track. And he's sending it again. Big air out of rage. What a great run so far for Corey Rommel. And here comes the mud again. Right. That's right at me. He's making a mud bath. Look at all the mud that's all over the side of the track. A good run for Rage. It's an 8.381, not enough for the lead. And now Cody Saucier and Monster Energy trying to put together a good run. Off to a fairly good start. Putting together a very solid run so far. Just needs to keep the pace going. His pace has been good, but he hasn't gotten too many big hits so far, so I'd like to see him try to get something big, but again, not very easy on this unforgiving track. Oh, he cross-threads the side of the big stack. 15 seconds left in the run. The time is winding down. 3, 2, 1. That's the end of the time for Cody Saucier. The rest is just for the fans. And that's going to be it. It's a 6.374. Not enough for the lead, but a solid run. But now the black, green, and brown wrecking machine, Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, is going to take a shot at this track. Adam can definitely take the lead away easily. The door's wide open for him to get a double down here tonight in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Already big air, a great run so far. Adam's really going for it so far. Wow, big air over the jammer. That has to be the biggest air of the night so far for Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Huge air. Gravedigger is flying. And the front left wheel pops. And they shut him off. That's the end of the run. They shut him off. I don't know why. An 8.608 and Tom Meents is on the track now. Adam by far the best run going. I don't know why they'd shut him off, but they did. So here's Tom Meents trying to put together a good run. Huge air to start off his run. A great start for Tom Meents and Max D. And he's going to throw it in to a cinnamon crumb donut. And they shut him off going over the racing lane, and that's the end of his run. A 5.538, the end of the run for Tom Meents. And now Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger trying to put together a good run at MetLife Stadium to end off this horrid freestyle night. He's had a few solid runs, but most trucks have just been shut off and not able to refire. Good start to the run for Anderson. It's going to be either Ryan Anderson or Lee O'Donnell. Cross-threading the big stack. Oh, and he gets a nice transition into the triple threat chunk. And he's going all cattywampus in the mud. Hitting the jammer. This truck is caked in mud as well, as are all the other ones. But Ryan's used to the mud, a mud bogger for most of his life, so he's enjoying it. Big air out of Ryan Anderson. So far, I think Lee O'Donnell's run was just a little bit better to this point, but Ryan's got to pick up the pace, and you know he will. Some bigger air out of Ryan. Remember, Lee O'Donnell's run ended with 20 seconds left on the clock. Some bigger air and a nice combo over the jammer. Going over the clutch cars, I think this run's got to take the lead away from Lee O'Donnell. Big air, the best move of his run. When you compare the two, they were both fairly solid, but Ryan finished the run, so that's got to be the deciding factor here. And now he's just going to do the classic Ryan Anderson, throw it into everything until it breaks. What a great run from Ryan Anderson, giving the fans a run for his money. What a solid run out of Ryan Anderson. It's not enough for the lead though. It's an 8.869, not enough for the lead. A tough break for Ryan Anderson, and I will see you next time.